Remember, Al's back in the show tomorrow at 6 a.m. with the Arsenal invincible Ray Parlour. If you want to play the beautiful game with Alan Brazil, and also hear all the best reaction to Arsenal versus PSG, which of course, as mentioned earlier, is live on talkSPORT. Now, it's another huge night for Celtic in the Champions League, but it's a tough one. The Scottish champions have won every game this season, but travelled to Germany to face Borussia Dortmund. Not only are Celtic yet to beat Borussia Dortmund, the Scottish side have never before won a competitive fixture anywhere in Germany, where they have lost each of the last, get this right now, they have lost each of the last 4 and 9 of the last 11.
Wow.
I tell you what, I think they've got a chance.
You do?
I really do.
Yeah.
They started the season really, really well, playing exceptionally well, all areas of pitch. Carter Vickers is a miss for him. I don't think he's travelled. I don't think there's any doubt. Interesting to hear the Celtic boys' opinion on it. I think Celtic are a far better team with Carter Vickers in it.
Yeah.
This will be the biggest test by a mile this season, by an absolute mile.
Yeah. And as Kev said Dortmund, new coach at the moment. So probably still reasonably early days for Nuri Sahin. Got tonked by Stuttgart week before last.
They did
5-1.
Got to do it, but it's a big. I mean, it's a game. I must admit, I genuinely think Celtic have got a chance of getting something from. Time will tell. Let's welcome now someone to the show who knows what it's like to win major trophies with both clubs. Champions League winner, of course, with Dortmund. 4-time SPL champion with Celtic. It's a very good morning to man out in Dortmund. Paul Lambert. Paul, good morning. Thanks for joining us, mate. How are you?
Morning, Paul.
Oh, hi, Andy. Coisty, how are you doing?
We're doing really, really well. First question I've got to ask you, having been in Dortmund before, having been in Dortmund with you before, did you behave yourself last night?
I'm sitting on the fence in that comment. Tell you what, you're multi-talented now, aren't you? You're hosting everything now. Man's taking over the world.
Keep him busy, Paul. Keep him busy. Keeping the wolves from the door, mate. Listen, I was going to ask you. Well, obviously, I saw you out there on a couple of occasions. Just give us a feel for it, mate, because that yellow wall, what a club, what a support. I was at a few games in Germany for the Euros as well. It must be some place to play your football.
Coisty, I mean, I'm lucky enough to have played with two huge football clubs, and you've obviously played with Rangers. The way the stadium's structured certainly gives it the edge over everything else, just because of the way it's structured. You get 81,000 every week. The yellow wall, you're right. I always remember playing here, and always remember saying to myself, before I leave the earth, I'm going to go in there and watch a game. And I done it about 6-7 years ago, and it was unbelievable. One of the best experiences of it. And that's why they're so difficult to get a result here. It's really, really difficult for any team to come here and get a result. Doesn't matter who it is or what type of player that comes here. If you crumble under it, it can definitely take you under. It's the best atmosphere for me, world football.
Yeah. Paul, I mean, look, Brendan's boys arrive in great form, great spirit. Yeah. They've got, they're in a really, really good place right now. How aggressive have they got to be in terms of really trying to take the game to Dortmund, do you think?
But I think, Andy, listen, they're not playing St Johnstone, that's for sure.
No.
You're not playing. I'm intrigued to see where Celtic are. I think you're right what they're saying. They're playing really well domestically, and you can only beat what's in front of you in your own country. That's all you can do. And the lads at Celtic and Brendan have done unbelievable in this moment. But I think this is our toughest game yet. You're up against. I think you've got to go another few levels up to compete with this team. Celtic will come here with a lot of confidence, but I don't think anybody should be underestimating Dortmund because they've had a defeat against Stuttgart and people saying, Nuri's new coach, things like that. It'll take time without a doubt, but I think you underestimate them at their peril. This is a tough game for any. As I said, it didn't have to be Celtic, and it could be anybody coming here. We've got a tough game.
Paul, tell me, I'm looking at Dortmund so far this season.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sitting a reasonable start, sitting fifth, plenty of time to go. One or two usual suspects there: Emre Can, Pascal Gross sitting in the middle of the park, Julian Brandt, Adeyemi, who I really like. I've got to say, I like Adeyemi. Centre forward, I don't know an awful lot about. I know he scored a couple of goals, I think, at the weekend in a 4-2 victory against Bochum, and that's Sergio Guirassy. I think he's French Ghanaian. Can you tell us a little bit about him? Cause I did notice he's 28, and it was a kind of name that I didn't know an awful lot about.
Because he did an unbelievable season last year at Stuttgart. He was in the running with Kane, and he got injured, Guirassy. So his goal scoring record at the minute, he scored 3 and 3
Yeah.
at this moment in time. The lad knows where the goal is, without a doubt. And full crew going to West Ham, obviously vacated that space. But his form for Stuttgart early part of last season was phenomenal when you look at his goals record. So, and he's playing a lot of confidence now. He was out injured at the beginning, but he's a focal point. But I agree with you, Addy Amy. If Addy Amy gets a yard on, you ain't catching him.
Oh dear me.
That's a road runner. You know, you never.
Oh, my queen.
Yeah.
Paul, just
Never
quickly,
catch him.
I remember when you was at Villa, and we were having a chat one day, and you mentioned about Julian Brandt, right?
Yeah.
Who was a young player at that time, and you said there's a kid that I've seen in Germany. This boy is now again. How do you think his career has developed and where he is right now, Paul?
I think last season was a really good season, Julian. I think he was very, very good. I think this season he's probably not hit the heights or the standard that he's expected, Andy. But again, what a clever footballer. Number 10 or number 8, as they call it now in this modern world. But he can definitely hurt you. If you give him time, that lad will hurt you.
Yeah.
Paul, what about Celtic? I mean, you touched on it. They've had a great start, and it looks like domination at this moment in time in Scotland. But it's difficult to gauge because I thought they had a terrific, and you know what we're like. I thought they had a terrific performance and a brilliant result against Slovan Bratislava. But at the same time, you would ask a question. We're not sure of the quality of Slovan Bratislava. We'll probably find that out against City tonight. But I think you're spot on with your assessment. They've overcome every hurdle so far that they've faced.
Oh, without a doubt, because then you know yourself, and Andy will know, you can only beat what's in front of you. And the only thing I've got against the new format is I don't think Champions League teams should be getting beat 5 and 9s like Zagreb, and that's no Champions League football. Champions League football is elite. Celtic are in that middle bracket, I would call it, of that section, which is quite rightly because of the size of the club. But this one I think will gauge where actually Celtic really are, and they will get pushed back, as Brendan knows, and I think he said it in his press conference yesterday. But don't take Celtic lightly because they are dangerous.
And go on, Ali.
You go on, mate.
You asked one more about this game, so I want to ask about the Villa game.
Well, I was going to ask. We're talking about Manchester City earlier on, for example, Paul. They've got an opportunity tonight to rest one or two players. Celtic won't do that. It's a massive game. I get that. I totally understand that. Is there any chance the Dortmund, the new manager, the new coach, will maybe look back and say, look, listen, mate, I'm not saying an opportunity to give one or two, players that haven't been playing a game. It will still be massively important. But would it be an opportunity for them to maybe rest one or two?
No, there's no chance that's going to happen. No, there's no. I think Nuri, after the first half against Bochum, was angry with the guys, and they, quite rightly so. They could have been doing 3-0 and managed to turn that around simply because of the atmosphere in the stadium. So I don't. There's no way they'll take this lightly. And no, I think they'll go as strong as they possibly can.
Yeah, and just Paul, just finally on the Villa Bayern game. Massive night for Villa, your old club of course, and Bayern, and we've had we spoke to Kevin Atchard earlier about some of the criticism aimed at Harry Kane for the first time, maybe coming from Germany. And look, in small quarters, no doubt about that. But it's interesting that one or two seeking to criticise him already.
Andy, I mean, listen, dear, he scores goals as if they're going out of fashion.
Yeah,
and I tell you what, if he wasn't scoring goals, then there's no too many does better than him. I think that's a tongue-in-cheek throwaway statement from somebody. I think it's, to be fair, I think it's a low blow. You can't say Harry Kane is no performing and all that sort of stuff. I mean, dear, he's scoring goals as if. Listen, would you like to have him in your team? 100%.
Not really.
100%, mate.
Nah, so.
On you go, Paul. Listen, enjoy your game tonight.
Enjoy it, Paul.
I know you're very, very well looked after, as you should be when you get back there, mate. So make sure you enjoy it, pal, and we'll hopefully catch you soon.
Okay, guys. See you later.
Thanks, Paul. All the best. I just got to confirm one or two things here. All the Rangers fans have been on there giving me dog's abuse, right?
Go on.
Because they reckon that, Rangers won in Dortmund, right, a couple of years ago.
They did.
I didn't say a Scottish team. What I said was, I'll just get it back up here, that they've lost. This was Celtic I was talking about. Have lost each of their last 4 and 9 of the last 11.
Right.
There was no mention of any other team.
No.
So Get off my back, Rangers fans. I mean, dear me, it's bad enough saying Celtic are doing well with the Rangers fans turning on me. Coming up, we ask Andy whether Cole Palmer, who is an absolute fire, I've got to tell you, at this moment in time, is he the best player in the league?
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.